bailout funds to pay for infrastructure projects and to help local governments keep employees like firefighters and teachers. City of Charleston is seeking federal funds to fix the flooding problems on the crosstown. The proposed pumping system will cost about $145 million.
Is it like they just figured that out yesterday?
They've been working on this for such a long time.
I mean, they say this will do it. It's a system.
It's a huge pump.
Yeah, that'll just keep the water out of that. It's like a 500-acre plot down there that's underwater.
Right.
Every time it rains, and with high tide, and it's just
it's a mess.
You'd think that they'd have figured this out a long time ago.
Well, he's saying that that's a federal road.
Yeah, and they're waiting for federal.
That's what it's been. Now the federal money is there, or going to be there, so they're going to go ahead and ask for
That's
it.
what they're going to do.
Well, way to go, Joe.
It's about a 2-year project, I think, it would take to get it done.
Let's get that thing done.
City of Mount Pleasant has announced that work will begin also widening Johnny Dodds Boulevard next spring. That's good news, especially if you drive Johnny Dodds any length of time. The 2-year, $70 million project is going to widen the road to 6 lanes from the Ravenel Bridge to I-526. Comcast says it wants to pay $13.75 billion for control of NBC Universal because it wants to own more movies and TV shows. Comcast hardwired cable delivery system serves a quarter of the nation's pay TV households. South Carolina's First Lady Jenny Sanford has fulfilled her traditional role of hosting a holiday open house at the governor's mansion, although she no longer lives there. Governor Mark Sanford also attended the gathering last night, but the two spent most of the night about 10 feet apart.
In fact, it was so cold between the two of them, there was a penguin sitting on a block of ice.
Don't you know that was just uncomfortable for everybody in the room?
Well, they've got a picture in the paper this morning, and she doesn't look like she's a happy camper.
Sheryl Crow and American Idol winner Jordan Sparks were on hand as the first family lit the national Christmas tree. Before the lighting, President Obama said it's important to remember those who have lost their jobs and homes in this season, as well as military service members and their families who are apart during the holidays.
Now fire up the lights.
That's what they did, the whole family. I mean, all the kids and Michelle.
Both of them?
And both kids and Michelle and President Obama, they all had their hand on the button. I don't know who actually pushed the button, but all 4 of them had their hand on it. Like, on the top of a baseball bat when you're doing the odd man out, top guy.
Oh, is that how they did that?
Clemson and
Was
Georgia.
Biden in on that?
No, I didn't see him on the podium, no. Clemson and Georgia Tech face off tomorrow in Tampa, Florida for the ACC title. The Yellow Jackets last won the title in 1990 on the way to an unbeaten season. Clemson hasn't finished on top of the league since 1991. College of Charleston is off to a good start in Southern Conference play. The Cougars picked up a 68-59 win over Georgia Southern last night. The Citadel Bulldogs lost to Davidson 74-63 at McAllister Fieldhouse last night. CSU lost 69-53 in their conference opener at Liberty. In football, the Jets allowed 36 total yards in the second half.
And I think they actually got about 38 themselves.
Well, they completed a 19-13 triumph over the Bills in Toronto.
2 more yards to win.
And the Stingrays are going to be playing at Gwinnett. They sure play Gwinnett a lot.
Well, I think there's only about 3 teams left in the whole ECHL.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're playing at Gwinnett tonight.
Yeah.
They return home against Elmira, the Jackals, tomorrow and Sunday.
They're playing Elmira?
Elmira
Jackals.
Elmira. That's in New York, by the way. We didn't know, so we looked it up this morning. It's Elmira, New York. The Jackals. Saturday night and Sunday afternoon, 4 o'clock.
That's right.
And along with everything else that's going on this weekend.
Yeah.
Elmira.
Now, Weasel Time Saver